Yeah. So today we are going to discuss dot walking, which is easy concept. Dot walking. I'll go slowly. Okay, no need to worry. If you feel it is like in a bit faster, okay, you can raise your hand so that which I can understand that it's fast. Then I'll slow down. Okay, write it down. When current table contains, when current table contains a reference to another table, a reference to another table, comma, I'll repeat again. When current table contains a reference to another table, comma, any field on the reference field, any field on the reference field can be accessed using dot walking. Can be accessed using dot walking. Using dot walking.
Priyanka, in the second line that is after comma, any field on the reference table or is it reference field?
Any field on the reference field only.
Okay.
I'll explain. We do have like in multiple fields, right? So any field which should on the reference field. Okay. Reference field can be accessed using dot walking. Next line. Dot walking references a field. Dot walking references a field by building a chain by building a chain of field names separated by dots. By field names separated by dots. I'll repeat again. Dot walking references a field by building a chain of field names separated by dots. Full stop. Next line, keep it as like a note or something. Next line, where we can use dot walking, just like in subheading, where we can use dot walking in service now. Where can we use dot walking in service now? First one, write it down. First one, choice list. Second one, list collector. Third one, variables. Fourth one, scripts. First one, where we can use we use in choice list, list collector, variables, scripts. Okay, so let's get know about like in what is dot working and where we are gonna use it and how we are going to utilize this. Okay, so first thing, dot working. So dot working, let me navigate to like in the tool. Let me open the incident table over here. So before going into like in the dot working, I just need to go ahead with like in what is reference field. Okay, so let me open any of a record over here. Maybe like a new record also fine. Okay, let me open. So how to open this? Just go with like an all. You can type it up with like an incidents. I just giving like in the example in an instant table. You can try it out in any table. And one more thing I just need to highlight over here, whatever the concepts might be which we are going to discuss in our training, I'm going to give the examples everything in an instant table because we are pretty much aware of like in all the fields and everything, and you will understand the concept. So whenever you are good with like in the concept, you can try these stuff in a another tables as well, maybe like in problem or change or request or rec task or anywhere, not only these specific tables, anywhere which you can try these concepts. And one more thing, whatever the concept which we are discussing whole training, okay, each and every concept will applicable for all the tables, not only for one specific table. Okay, so keep this point as well in your mind. Okay, let me go ahead with this create new. So how I got this, just going ahead with like an all and going ahead with like an incident and clicking on like an all, you'll get it. I make it as like an favorite, so it will be available in my favorites as well. So it will be easy for me to navigate every time because this is what I'm gonna use it very frequently. Okay, so clicking on here and go click the new button for the new record, or else in existing also you can open. How you're gonna open? Right click and you can go ahead with like and see in the I but here you can click here and you can open in a new record, or else you can click on control and you can open this as in a new record, new tab. Okay, so yeah, let me tell you what is reference field first. Okay, so here, see, there is like a caller field and then service offering, service, configuration item, assignment group, and assign to. So these are reference fields actually. So how we understand. So see here the magnifying glass or the search icon which is available over here. Look up using list. Even here we have. Even here we have, and then here we have. If I scroll down, there is like a few more stuff as well. See here, wherever I find this magnifying glass or the search icon, those fields are called reference field. That is one of a hint which you can identify whether that is a reference field or not. Okay, so this is just to identify the reference field. So now let us know what is it. Okay, so let's say example here we do have like in the caller field. So in caller
Priyanka, could
field,
you please repeat why they are called reference fields?
I was telling, I'll
Okay.
telling, I just told you to how to identify it. Now the point is like, and I'm going to go expanding about like why we have created reference field at specific field. Okay, so see here, this is a caller field. So this is something which we just need to select a user and need to go ahead with like in the thing. So if I click on here, person who reports, see reporting or is affected by this incident. Who is that specific person which we are going to select here? Okay, so if I click on this magnifying glass, this specific field is referring to like an another table. So was in a incident table right before, but if whenever I click on the magnifying glass, that icon, I was referring to like in user table here. See, this is a user table. This underscore user underscore list. This is a list of user records. Okay, so I can select any of a user and I can go ahead. Okay, so here we'll get like in the related incidents as well. So on this specific user, how many incidents are there also, it will display whenever I click on that icon, this one, the flow icon. Okay, and this is a I preview this record. Whenever you see this I is nothing but information. Okay, information of this record will display. If I want to check it up, the record of like an system administrator user record, then I can click on here and I can check the details over here and I can open the record as well. Okay, so for more details, which we will go ahead in that way if you want it. So reference field is something, even though I'm in a specific current table, okay, so I just need to get a data or else I just need to fill the details of another table values into my current incident form. Then we are going to create a reference field of specific table referring to this incident table. Okay, so let me go with like in one more example. See here, we have a assignment group. Okay, so if I click on here, this is a group table actually. See, we are just referring to the group table as we are, since we are in a incident table, we can get a details of a group table as well. So here, whatever the thing, so which I can go ahead and I can fill the details. So let's understand, reference field is nothing but we are in one specific table and we just need to get the information or else which we just need to fill the information of another table data which is related to this specific record. Then we are going to create a reference field of specific field and then we'll go ahead. Okay, so let me know if you are not clear with this, what is reference field, then I'll repeat it again.
So basically getting the data from another table
Yes,
to
it's
the
referred
incident
to the,
record.
correct. It refers to like an another table.
Yeah.
Reference field is something which we are referring the data from other table and displaying over here in the current table. Not only caller and assignment group, we do
So
have
yeah.
like an, yeah, we do have
So
like a
suppose assignment group is a reference field,
mm,
and ECAB approval is a,
value which we picked from a group table.
yeah. That's
Yeah. So now see, do in the same way we do have like in here see CI configuration item. So if I click over here, I will navigate to CMDB underscore CI table, and then I will check and pick the details or else any of a record and I can display over here. So in the same way, which will go on and the next further classes. So I'm going to tell you how to create a reference fields and how to create like an drop down and everything in a tables creation concept. Okay, so as of now, just focus on like in what is reference field first. So I hope you got clear about it. Now we'll move with like in what is dot working. Okay, so when I'm in a current table, which is referring to like an another table, right? So this is what something which we are going to do with like a reference field. So I'm in a current table is like an incident table, and I just need to get a details from like in referred table with nothing but user table, right? So what if I want to get, let's say example, if I open this record, okay, and here also again we do have a reference field called department. Okay, I need to get a, along with this user ID, I need to get a which department he belongs to. Let's say example, if I want to get like an another information, just like what and all the things we have. Yeah, see, primary contact we have and head department head we have. So this is a user table and this is a department table. CMN underscore department. Okay, so what if the requirement is like an I just need to display the department head values like in department head of this specific column. Let's say example, the Fred Lurdy department head I need to know about even though I'm in an incident table. Okay, so in that point of view, which we are going to walk through one by one, let's say example from incident table to user table and user table to department table, which we can walk through by using dot walking, and then we can get the details of that specific department head. Not only this department head, okay, so which we can go ahead with like in any of a field. Let's say example, the finance or else ID or description of that department. So it depends on like in the requirement actually. So whatever it might be, which we can go ahead. Okay. So let's go with like in, you are clear with like in dot working, right? Let me repeat it again. So even though I'm in a call, it's like an incident table, I just need to get a caller department head name. Let's say example, the caller department head is from like in user table, and then from user table to I need to walk through like a department table. So in order to get this specific data, okay, so then I can use dot walking, which walks from like in one table to other table, and then I can get a data as well from there. Okay, so remember one thing, dot walking can be done only for the reference field. So let's say if I want to do any dot walking, like in let's say example subcategory or short description or anything, I cannot do it. That's because of like in those fields are not a reference field. Those are like in string fields or drop down fields, choice fields.
So
Okay.
Priyanka, you mean
Yeah.
to say department head should be one of the field in incident table as well?
No, if it is not there, also we can get it.
Priyanka, could you please repeat the configuration to get the head of the department?
I'll tell you. That's the thing which I'm gonna go ahead with like in the next thing, right? After configuring only you will get to understand. But the use case is like in let's say example, what I'm doing, the caller is this. Okay, if I wanna get like a department head of a caller, okay, so then I will use the dot working and then I'll get it. Okay, so I'm going to do the
Okay.
configuration as well. Without doing that practical demonstration, I won't gonna leave the class, right? So that also will go. But first thing is
Yeah,
like you just need to understand what it is, then then move forward. Then I can go with like in the next step. Okay, so yeah. So that's what I was telling about. If you have any queries or something, so you can note it somewhere else, and your queries will be cleared, and mostly 50 to 60% at least will clear in the next few minutes. Okay, yeah. So let us go with like in the first thing. So what is the first one? Choice list, right? So how can we perform this choice list by using like a dot working is nothing but just navigate to like in the incident list view. So how we are going to go ahead, as I told you before, just go ahead with like a list of a incident. Okay, click on all and you will get this. So the choice list dot working, which we do in a list view of any table. Okay, so list view of any table which we can perform this choice list. Okay, so we are in a list view right now. This is the list view as we discussed before, and this is a form view. Okay, so now we have a filter icon, right? Click on filter icon here. Okay, let that come up. It's loading. Yeah, so choose field. So here I can choose the reference field. So if I scroll down here, okay, so go down. So here see show related fields I have. Just click on this show related fields and go back and choose the option. And now if I scroll down, see I have assigned to whenever I have like a double arrow mark with like a user field. So now assigned to is a reference field which referring to like a user table. Okay, if I scroll down, see as again I have assignment group which referring to like in group table. Okay, if I scroll a bit down and here see I have a caller which is referring to like in user table and we'll get a user fields. In the same way we'll get like in all the fields wherever we have like in reference field. Okay, then we can get it. So let's say if I just need to get a caller department head name, right? So now see just click on like in caller user field. So now again click here, you will get the user fields over here. See active, tar, building, business phone, okay, city, class, company. So again see company is again a reference field, so which is referring to your company table. Okay, and if I go down, there is a department as well. I told you, right? See, this is a department field which referring to a department table. Okay, so just click on this department field. So now see, now I'm I was navigating to like in from incident to caller table I went, and from caller table to I went to department. So now if I scroll down, so see, from caller, from first it was like an incident fails, and then I moved to like in dot caller, then I moved to like in dot department. Okay, so if I scroll a bit down, so I have here see department head as well. So just click on like in department head. Okay, so now as an example, so see, Natasha is like in one of a person, department head who's having for a finance department. Okay, so those who the callers who's belongs to like in this finance department will have this department head as the Natasha. Okay, so now let us filter that whose department head having a Natasha in our caller list. Okay, so just give like a Natasha as in a search bar, or you can type it up as well at the same time. That's like a no worries. Now see, when we are just getting a details of whose caller field, right? So whose persons who's having a department head as Natasha will get it. Okay, let me click on run. So on these four people had having a Natasha. Natasha as like in department head. So let's say example, if I go with like in some other thing, let's say if it is like a not finance and if it is like a development. Okay, I'm just changing the value over here. So because it'll take some time to check it up the department who having a development actually. So here the Fred Lurdy is the head for the development. Okay, so let me search with like in Fred Lurdy. Okay, now click on. So see, now I have like in 1 second, as it is like a reference field. So let me go back and give it from here. Okay, so now it is like in Fred Lordy and click on run. So now we have like in multiple users. Let's say we have a 24 users who having a department head as Fred Lordy. Okay, so that's how which we can filter by going ahead with like a dot walking from one table to other table. So as we are in an incident table here, incident table, we walked on to like in caller table, and then we have gone to like in department, and then we are getting a department head as Fred Lurdy. So whoever having a department head as Fred Lurdy, so those caller details are available here with along the what is the incident, what's the specific issue of the person, and then what's the priority of that, what's the state of an incident, what's the category, everything which can be displayed over here. Okay, so that's how which we do dot working in a list view. So how we need to do this, I'm repeating again, just click on the filter icon and then just go back to like in here we have a remove related fields because we was using this related fields, right? So if I want to remove it now, then I can click on like in remove related fields and refresh it, and you can remove this filter as well by clicking on all. Okay, so now how you guys need to do, just click on like and choose field, scroll down here, click on related fields. Now go to caller field. Let's say example the field is like in caller, and the next go with like in department and department head, and you can search it up. Okay, so now I have gone to like in department head, right? So now you can go with like in some other stuff like in let's say company you can take up and you can use, or else do one thing, do the same thing. Okay, so if you're not getting, let me know, just try it up with like in different user IDs now. Okay, so that's what about like in first one. The first one is like in choice list, which we do in a list view for any table. So the same filters which we can apply according to like in the requirement for like in all the tables. As of now in an instant table we have a caller field, so that's we applied for this. And the next thing, just try it from like an assignment group. Let's say example as assignment, just take it as like in this field and try it up with the different fields. Okay, so next type is like in list collectors. So this is what I like a lot. So list collectors is something we do in a form view. So let me type it over here. We do in a form view. of any table. Okay. So just remember whatever the concept which we are discussing here will apply for all the tables, not only one specific table. Okay. So just for like an yeah comfortable, just to make you like in more comfortable, I was just using like in the same table every time as an incident table, so that which you understand very clearly. If you are good with like in all the technical knowledge about like in that specific concept, then you can try with the different tables as well when you become good in this thing. Okay. So now let me go with like in yeah. So this is a form you of a record, right? So what we need to do, just right click on the banner. Okay, just go to configure and click on form layout. Right click on the banner, go to configure and click on layout. Okay, so now see here in the left side, this we call it as a sludge bucket, left side sludge bucket, and this we call it as a right side sludge bucket. Okay, so here we'll get like in all the fields of our incident table, and here we'll get only the selected fields. What fields should be displayed on the form will be selected over here. Okay, so now just focus on like in the left side sludge bucket, there is a green color, light green color with like a plus icon, right? So wherever I find this green color with a plus icon is reference fields. See, assigned to is reference field, we know. Assignment group also reference field, caller, caused by change, change request, closed by company. Okay, so all these are like in reference fields. Okay, so let me go with like in the caller only as we are familiar. So if I click on the caller plus icon, so see here I got a expand selector reference fields. Just click on this one. And now we will get a, as I showed you before in the list view as well, incident fields. Then we have moved to caller dot caller, incident fields dot caller. So now we are getting a caller fields over here. Okay, so now what we just need to focus on the department, right? Just click on department, and now see there is like an another way. So this will get only for this option, the flow diagram, which I can say this we will get only for the reference field. Let's say if I click on data format, see now it's not there. If I click on like a department, now I got it only for the reference fields, it will be available. And then click on this one. Now I'm in an incident field before, and then dot I've gone to like in caller, and now it's a department field. So now I just need to display the department head actually. So just move this department head from left to right because this should be displayed. Okay, so now see caller dot department head. So I moved to caller table, then I moved to department table, and from there I'm getting department head data. Okay, so just move this up so you can select and you can move this one. So I'm just keeping this above channel field. Okay, click on save. Now see, you'll understand the thing. So now see, this is a department head field, right? So for furtherly, okay, department head is this guy only. Let me change the column. Let's say example, any approver. So for this person, any approver, the department head is Natasha. Let's have a check as well. So he is the user, any approver, and he belongs to finance. As we know, for finance department, the head is Natasha. Okay, you can try with like in some other as well. Let me randomly pick one, Christina. For Christina, the department head is Nelly. Let us cross verify that as well, whether the department head of this specific user is this person or not. See, he belongs to sales, and then department head is Nelly. Okay, so that's how which we can get. Even though I'm in a incident table, okay, I can get the details of that specific caller department head as well. So not only the department head. So as of now, this is like an empty. Okay, so the value also department head also empty. So if I try it up with like an create a user. Okay, so he doesn't belongs to any department, I guess. There might be like an empty value in department C. That's what I'm not getting any department head over here. Okay, so let's say if I go ahead with like if we are not getting any value over here, then he doesn't belongs to any department. So see, this Josephine is belongs to like in one department which belongs to, yeah, customer support. So the customer support department head is Rob. Okay, so that's how which we do this by using list collectors. Okay, so form view which we will go ahead. So that's what about like in the dot working which we do by using list collector. The first is like in the list view, which we call it as a choice list, and the next way list collectors which we do in a form view. Next one which I'll go with like in variables. So variables which we use in a notifications. Okay, so notifications, how to get it. So notifications is one more concept actually, which we will discuss in the next classes. Okay, so as of now, just focus on like an only the variable. Okay, so there is a under system notification, we have notifications, right? Just open that. You can right click and you can open in a new tab, or else you can click on control and you can open it. Okay, so this is a notification. So let me go ahead with like any of our existing one. So as of now, I'm using the incident table one because we are familiar with the fields over there. Okay, so I'm taking a random one, or else you can click on new and you can select the table as an incident, or any table is fine. But as we are familiar with an incident, you can select the incident table, type the incident table over here, and you can select the incident table. Okay, so now it's loading. So let's leave for like in some time to this. So now see the next tab which I opened over here. So this is a table which they have used the instant table. So now as of now, ignore the options whatever available over here. So now just navigate to like in what it will contain. Okay, so scroll down here, see select variables I have. In the middle of a page, on the right side, I have a select variables. Okay, and here see I have a fields as well. So if I click on this plus icon, okay, so I'll get all the fields of incident table. So whatever the table which I have selected over here, that's table fields only will display here. Okay, so just keep a cursor over here and try it up. Just go with like in the color, right? See, this is a reference field. That's what we have a plus icon, and the category is not a reference field, so that we have a dot over here. So let us navigate to, let us go with like in the color, and we will get a color fields now. Okay, if I scroll down, it will be in a alphabetic manner only, so it will be easy for us to go ahead. See, here we have a department field, and even this also reference field, right? Just click on here, and let me go with like a department name. Just click here. See, the backend value of a caller is caller underscore ID. I got that. And then department is department, and department head is depth dpt underscore head. Okay, if I click here, see, this is what I got. The dot working which I did for like an, even though I'm using like an incident table, I can navigate to like in caller and then department and then department head. And then now see for caller, the backend value is caller underscore ID. Let me go back and check it out. Right click on the field and click on this caller. Show, click on show. So see the field backend value is caller underscore ID. And which table we are in incident table and what type of field it is reference. Okay. So let me go back. So now there is like a department as well. For department, so the department is the one which we go ahead. Let me open the user record and right click on the department. See, the department is the same one which we have. Okay, so if I open the one, see department head, for this is the backend value of department head. So that's how which we get like in backend value, and this is how which we do dot working in variables. Okay, and whenever I preview this one, let's say example, click on like in preview, and if I use this, I just need to save this one. Okay, so according to my requirement, so my record of displaying over here, so the color and everything will come up. Okay, so that's how which we just need to come on the details, whatever which is displayed before. Whenever I click on preview, notification is coming from this template actually. Okay, so what's template, what is subject and everything, which we will learn in our next classes. Okay, so as of now, this is how which we just need to focus on dot working, which we use for variables. Okay, the last one is nothing but it's like in simple by using scripts. So script is something, see here, the dollar collar, this is what this line which we use in script. Okay, collar underscore ID, department and department. So whenever, wherever I use this line, no need of using dollar here. Okay, so dollar is something, the dynamic value which we use it. Okay, so here we just need to use like in collar ID dot department head, so which we will get the department head of the specific user. So let me show you this as well. You'll get more clarity on this. Let me save this. Now see what I'm doing, caller ID, right? So just click on like and preview notification. Now see the caller department head is Nelly. I got the user. So let's say if I change the one, yeah. So if I change the record here, so 0046. Even this also has like the same user, I guess. Same department user. Let me go with some other one. So see, for this person, the department head is Fred Luddy. So our script, whatever which we wrote is like and is working, right? Okay, so let us cross verify as well for 0027. Okay, the department head is Fred Liddy. Let us cross verify. Just take the value over there and then search here. I got a slash at the end, I guess. Okay, so this is the one, and then the caller is Fred Lurdy C. And then if I open the department as well, he belongs to development. As we know, for development, the department head is Fred Lurdy. So the same thing which we got over here as well, right? Fred Lurdy in the body. Okay, so that's how which we use actually. Okay, so that's the thing which we are going to utilize the dot working in our service now. So there, let me recall it again. So dot working is something whenever I'm staying in one specific table. Okay, if I want to navigate to like in some other table and need to get the data by remaining in the same existing table only, incident table, and I can get those details. As I showed you, just like in I'm in a incident table, but still I'm getting a department data over here in an instant table. Okay, so this will be applicable only for the reference fields, not for the rest of the fields. Okay, one thing you need to remember. And the next thing is like in we do have a four types. One is like in choice list, list collectors, variables, and script. Choice list is something which we do in a list view. Okay, and we'll go with like in filter icon here and then click over here and just scroll down and click on remove. Before it was like and I was using it. Okay, so now you will get like in show related fields. Now you find give the conditions over there and you can check it up. And the second thing is like in we will use in a form view list collectors, right click, configure, click on form layout. Okay, and then you can get your department head over here. Not only department head, you can try it up with from your end. Okay, you can check with like in different stuff as well. Only the thing is like in you just need to aware of how dot working works and what's the purpose of using it. Okay, so if, let's say example in your requirement, they are asking this kind of requirement that I just need to get one specific details, even in the script as well, details from other table. Then you just need to get an idea that yes, for to fulfill this requirement, I need to use dot working. Okay, so only the specific thing will not be there in requirement. So it's a kind of like in full-fledged task will be there, and that you might add on like in 5 to 6 concepts together and need to work on. Okay, so there if the this kind of scenario come up, then you need to work with the dot working. Okay, so that's how which we will get like in the data when just click right click configure and form layout. Okay, just going with like in moving from left side to right side, and then you're going to display it. If you want to remove it later, the same thing, whatever which I did before, I moved from left to right. So now just select it and you can double click, or else you can select and you can click on this remove. Okay, and click on save. If that is like a no longer needed, you can remove it. Now it's not there, right? Even if I refresh the page, it will not come. Okay, and the next thing is like in by using variables, which we use mostly in a notifications only. Okay, what it will contain, go back here and click over here and you can try it up. Whenever you're clicking, so the cursor should be placed in here. Wherever that should come up, so you just need to place the cursor there. Okay, and that's how which we go ahead. And the script is nothing but the same thing. So the backend value dot and then again the backend value of the field dot and this one. And one more thing I just need to add on, the recommended levels are only 3. Okay, so the best practice which we can go with like in 3 fields which we can dot work in. Okay, so that's how about like in dot working concept. So now I'll go with your questions, guys. Yeah, go with your questions, please. All clear?
Yes, Priyanka, interesting concept. Yeah, things are clear.
Yeah, good. Thank you. So anyone else, any of you have queries?
One question, Priyanka, sorry.
Sure.
In this sludge bucket,
Mm,
let's say I have created a test field
mm,
and
mm.
I've placed it in the layout. So
Okay.
from where I can delete that field if I no longer require on the incident layout.
Okay, go to the dictionary field table which I told you yesterday. Okay,
Okay,
so in dictionary you'll get it. Sys underscore dictionary is a backend value. Just go there and you can delete it. But instead of deleting, you can make it as inactive. That is a recommended thing, best practice.
all right, got it.
Okay. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
good then. So all clear? Okay, Monica, it's like in you're from Prakash sir reference. You're in mute. Okay, guys. So that's all for like in today, and tomorrow we'll discuss like a new concept. Okay, so I'll upload this video as well after half an hour. So just check it out and practice from your end too. If you're having any issues which is not, coming up, it's like there is no specific clarity on this concept, let me know. I'm gonna repeat it again, no problem. Okay, just try it out from your end. Thank you guys for joining today. Have a good
Thanks.
day. Bye bye. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye bye.